Many thanks. More from me a little bit later. Back to you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Now, you may get a bit of indigestion as you gulp down your tea and toast heading out the door this morning, but as you do you ever worry about the effect that commuting might be having on your health?
A group of scientists has been comparing the amount of stress involved in bus and car travel. It's come up with some rather surprising results. Tim Muffet's in Norwich to tell us a little bit more. Morning, Tim.
Good morning to you. Yes, here's a question. If you had a choice between commuting by car and commuting by bus, which would be the more stressful? Why do I ask? Well, today here in Norwich, as well as Milton Keynes and Exeter, a campaign is being launched aimed at getting people to rethink the way they travel to work. Not just looking at the impact on the environment, but also the impact on our physical and mental well-being. Now, buses and cars are interesting to compare because, unlike trains, they both involve travelling along a road. The same route maybe, but the stress levels are very different.
Two ways of getting to work. But which is the most stressful? And how can you tell? This woman has her hands on my chest for a very good reason. So we're going to conduct a scientific experiment. Candice here is wiring me up with a heart monitor. She's going to also measure my electrodermal activity, i.e. sweating, to you and me. The idea is I'll make the same journey twice, once by car and once by bus, and find out which is the more stressful. Well, if you're commuting by bus, first of all, you've got to walk to the bus stop, and then you've got no real guarantee when or if the bus is going to turn up. So that can be quite stressful. Anyway, here's mine. This morning, there are seats available, which isn't always the case on other bus routes. Unlike a car, personal space can be an issue, but it's not too crowded. Of course, you can read or catch up on some work. A double-edged sword, perhaps. I'm actually trying to schedule something I've got lined up next week, which, ironically, I'm getting rather stressed about. Of course, if I was driving, this wouldn't even be an issue. Yes, there's traffic, but it's the driver's problem. And I've arrived. So, let's try the commute again, this time by car. With a car journey, at least you can begin it from where you live. You don't have to walk to the bus stop. And once you're inside, it's your own space. You can do what you like. Stick on the radio, sing a song. Do that on a bus and you don't half get some funny looks. But of course, when driving, you do have to concentrate and deal with other traffic. And then there's parking. If your employer provides space, then great. If not, it can be an issue. Okay, time to get the results. Neuropsychologist Dr. David Lewis is going to evaluate my stress test. It was him who coined the term road rage 30 years ago.
What we're looking at here, Tim, are your levels of stress when you're making the bus journey on the left screen and the car journey on the right screen. These peaks, which you can see on the screens, are actual moments when you become particularly stressed. So, looking at the car journey, something happened at this point of the journey which made you stressed. Now, it could have been perhaps some car cut out in front of you. The bus journey, by comparison, overall, you actually became far more relaxed. So the general trend in the bus journey was to become more relaxed as the journey went on. The general trend in the car journey was actually become more stressed as the journey went on.
So, why does it matter?
Inevitably, this is going to have long-term mental health consequences for a large number of people. We are seeing increases, for example, in depression. We're seeing an increase in a whole range of stress-related problems. And I just think that travelling by car, commuting by car on a regular basis when you've got an alternative is just really rather a foolish risk to take with your long-term health.
Cost, comfort, reliability, they're all important when deciding how to commute. But given its health implications, some feel stress should top the list.
Well, today in Norwich, here, as well as Milton Keynes and Exeter, the 1 billion challenge is being launched. The idea is to convert 1 billion car journeys over the next 4 years into bus journeys. Sounds ambitious. Could it really work? Claire, you're from Greener Journeys. For many people, buses just simply aren't an option, are they? Because they might live a long way from a bus stop. Are you confident you can actually do this?
Yes, because for many journeys, the bus actually is the right answer. We understand that there are lots of journeys that people are always going to want to make by car, but there are some that actually do make sense to be made by bus. That sometimes the bus really is the right answer.
But do you think they have an image problem, buses?
Well, yes. I mean, I think that's absolutely right. There is a problem there. The perception is much worse than reality. We know from people who regularly use the bus, they have a very good experience. Customer satisfaction levels are always in the high 80s, 89%.
Okay, Claire, thanks very much indeed. It's interesting, as I say, majority of commuters who took the test, which you saw in the film there, did find car travel more stressful than bus travel. Some 90% of those who took part. So there you go. Food for thought, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it is. Thank you very much.
All right,
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks very much. Which is why, when I'm going to Liverpool today to see the Lib Dems tomorrow, I'm letting that train
take that train. You are, aren't you? Time to get the news, weather and travel. Where you are now. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.